is it important to restore the Virginia 5? Boy, I tell you, it's more of an emotional decision for a lot of these people. You know, I've been involved in historic preservation for 25, almost 30 years in Seattle. I've learned in that time that you can't restore everything. There's so little left of the period that the Virginia 5 represents, the 1920s and the steamships. She's the last steamer, a propeller-driven steamer on the West Coast, and only one of the two in the United States. She is a national landmark. The vessel had reached a certain point where the Marine surveyor of the time, Malcolm Munsey, had determined that it would not meet Coast Guard certification to carry passengers. And without the passenger certificate, the boat would end its useful life. The birthday celebration was a culmination of a lot of work, and it was a very joyous occasion. We had all those people who the 5 meant so much to show up at the celebration. It was a real happy thing, a real happy time. The boat had only 25 more years of useful life, and it was a little depressing to me to think that we were going to spend all this effort for this to run the boat for another 25 years. But by dealing with the fundamental problems, we basically have added another 25 years to the expected life of the vessel.
We lost our certification because she was beginning to get loose and opening up in the midship section. And that's why you see all this new planking throughout this hole from about the cargo door all the way back to almost the stern. We had to go in and open up that whole midship section, take off the guard, which is the black sponson area out here, and the sponson itself. The covering board was rotten, which is the top outermost plank of the hull. And then the shear plank, which is the first top structural plank longitudinally, and get to the frame heads. It was necessary to remove all of, or a greater portion of all the frame heads due to rot right at the covering board and the shear plank. Doing this year's survey and looking at the conditions of things, we found that there was some bad rot in the transom area, which had been done earlier in 1989. As we got into that more, we found that we have to replace the whole transom. We thought this was the best time to do it now when we could, and we had the thing open. So we're taking that step, which we didn't want to do, but replacing the transom lifts, and we're going to put in a new horn timber this time. We're almost completed with the midship repair, which is what we came in to do in phase 1. For her purpose in life, that being a working ferry and being of a steam generation, she's beautiful. She's not a classic yacht, but she's beautiful. So I'm kind of, my charitable donation to history and to this vessel is to try to look after her. And I've enjoyed it very much.
I come on this boat, it'll be 14 years ago, this coming February. They talked about restoration and everything, and I listened to this for a couple of years, but the money wasn't coming in and it wasn't getting done. We were doing a few planks each year to do a few frames and just hanging on by our teeth. But this effort, in 1995, they got going and bought in money to get this thing really going. It's like a light at the end of the tunnel for me. We're very happy to see this event.
good print the last time too, I wanted to, little by little down a little more. I had to leave the top of it. The more this wasn't done, I got a print off of that. What we've done recently is done a lot of work, everything got a print. We did about 37 to 60 more off, so it looked tighter. And this morning, we got a good print across the page, a good print across the page like that. We're not getting print. We're way down there.
If you make any money off this, of course, you're going to have to talk to my agent.
I already talked to your agent.
What'd she say?
No, it was he.
Oh.
John English said, you ain't getting shit. Please.
How does it do when you roll it from the other direction?
Now, did you fit this first before you steamed it?
Yeah, we might be fitting it again here in a minute. This is
Okay.
a rather difficult plank.